Welcome. I'm Richard Hosnote. I'm your host for the Wisdom Inspired Life podcast and this Wisdom Inspired Life YouTube channel. If you want to contact me, you can email me at richardwib@gmail.com. The address is on the screen. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can, and maybe we can Zoom also. This is another in a continuation of what I call my Words of Wisdom series, although this particular one could be also the Advanced Wisdom series. Those are two separate series, but a lot of relationships there. The Advanced Wisdom is really sources from God-realized teachers only, just as this one here is with Yogananada. And in this series, I share with you some of the books that have been most helpful to me. Okay, that's where they are. I'm not trying to tell you they're better than any other books or anything else out there. I'm just saying this is what's been helpful to me. And this episode, as others in this current short series, will come from the second coming of Christ, the resurrection of Christ within you, where Paramahansa Yogananda provides great insights and understanding into the meaning of the Christian Bible. It made the Christian Bible a power wisdom source for me. Prior to that, not so much. So, lots of help there. Yogananda is my beloved guru. He's founder of the Self-Realization Fellowship, passed in 1952, author of the longtime best-selling spiritual book, Autobiography of a Yogi. So, quite the teacher, God-realized avatar who came on earth to help us until 1952, but beyond with all the teachings and the continuation of the Self-Realization Fellowship. I'm going to be talking a little bit today about the limits of intelligence. This kind of builds a little bit off the previous episode and what we can do about it. Okay? Quoting, man apprehends the phenomena of objective nature, namely what happens out there. More or less we understand it according to their subtlety, with his senses and reasoning and intellect. That's the tool we have. And it gets us to a certain place. The noumen, or the meaning or reason behind the phenomenon, consciousness, as the causal essence of man and creation, is beyond the grasp of human intelligence. In fact, the great scientists of the world, for decades, if not centuries, denied that consciousness even existed. It can't be measured. Well, it can, but I understand what they meant. And to them, if it can't be measured, it isn't real, sort of thing. Well, it can be, but that's not what this is about. Okay? So consciousness, especially higher levels of consciousness, are what take some of the limits off of just looking at the world through intelligence. So knowing reality, human intelligence can give knowledge only of phenomena. It was black, it was moving fast, slow, it was about this big, whatever. Noumen, meaning or why, must be known through intuition. That sixth sense we talked in the previous episode. The power by which consciousness apprehends itself. The ordinary man, therefore, cognizes the natural universe around him, but not the immanent spirit, capital S, and cognizes himself as so many pounds of flesh rather than as pure consciousness indwelling as the soul. We think of ourselves as this physical body. I am this tall, I weigh this much, I do this, I do that, I have this, I've accomplished this, all that sort of stuff. But we actually are consciousness. Okay? And consciousness that can expand from the waking consciousness that I'm coming to you from, knowing I have a subconscious mind also. And as we approach the later stages of the spiritual journey, we realize that we can achieve higher levels of consciousness, as I've talked about before. Superconsciousness followed by Christ consciousness, followed by graduation from the human kingdom, cosmic consciousness, enlightenment, God realization. Okay? Now, meditation plays a very big and important role in this, and there's other episodes on meditation, and you hear meditation throughout many of these because it's such an important part. Quoting, quoting Yogananada. By meditation, man's consciousness is transferred from the body to the soul. And through the soul's power of intuition, often intuition is referred to as the voice of the soul, he or she experiences himself or herself not as a mortal body, namely a phenomenon of object nature, but as an immortal, indwelling consciousness, one with the meaning of divine essence. Okay? That's where meditation can eventually take you. Okay? Meditation is kind of like the common thread along the spiritual journey. It's extremely difficult to do well. It's the most difficult thing I do every day. By difficult, I mean doing it perfectly. Very difficult to keep the mind focused. I'm getting better and better and better, but I have a long, long way to go. Okay? So, if you'd like to know more about Wisdom Inspired Life, you can go to mywisdominspiredlife.com. You can listen to the podcast there. Hundreds of episodes already, new ones every Saturday and Sunday. You can also listen to it on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and wherever you do. As you know, I'm on a journey to try and help people live a more wisdom-inspired life. I greatly appreciate you being part of that journey today, and I look forward to continuing the journey with you.